All right, what's up, everybody? You on the Blade with the Blade Runners. I am Kool Sauce. Get out my notes.
I'm looking right there at
Get
you.
the fuck out my notes.
I'm looking dead at you.
All right, we back to our original setting. We will be posting a new video every Wednesday about the topics that y'all motherfuckers like. That's what we plan on doing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the plan.
All right, so I wanted to say that before I introduce these gentlemen, as I do weekly. Another thing, follow us on Facebook. What are we on Facebook?
On the word on DA Blade on Facebook. O Blade Runners. It's an N and a A and a Z at the
Well, you
end.
making that thing difficult.
But
Yeah.
it's on there.
What are we on Facebook? We are on
On
the Blade
the Blade.
Runners, right?
No, on the Blade on Facebook.
Follow us on the Blade.
Twitter is O Blade Runners
All right,
and the Blade Runners on Instagram.
absolutely. And we're gonna put some shit on. We're gonna do some shit so y'all can see it. But this is for the people that can only hear us.
Yeah.
All right. Wednesday, new show every Wednesday.
Correct.
All right. Now let me introduce the guys that's on the show. To my left is seated a gentleman.
Distinguished.
This man has showed up on a Saturday at my barbershop, packed, and gracefully, with a lot of respect and kindness in his heart, disputed every man in the shop on everything that they was talking about.
Damn.
This guy don't like to brag about it. But this man went verse for verse with the Pope on the Catholic Bible.
That joint got like some extra books in it too.
That was written by the original Jesus,
Damn.
who was a Spanishman. That's another show.
Yeah, it's another show.
Jesus.
This guy is notoriously informed. He is known as the Thesaurus Rex. I want y'all to give it up for my motherfucking main man, Nathan Bizzle, Nathaniel B, Natural Born, Net B, currently going by the moniker Well Boy One. Y'all give it up for the man. Thanks for popping out.
Same old, man. We getting ready to get into a good one here.
Oh yeah.
So
Facts.
and we back where we started it. You know what I mean? So that's good.
Yeah, we had to try some things.
Yeah. But this is a good fit. So let's
The fans spoke out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fans did speak out.
Right.
And we appreciate y'all for that. But seated directly across from me. First of all, this guy lies about where he buys his hats. Because nobody else can find these hats.
I know, right?
So I know it got to be some bullshit with that.
Right.
And that's why he is known to be nefarious.
Ooh.
Yes. Recently, he's been loquacious.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
recently. And anybody that has known this man for 5 minutes know that he's jocular.
Damn. I ain't see that one coming. Chocolate.
He is the unimpoverishable, the undebunkable, the degenerate at times. Get it up for Captain Seanery. Captain, what the fucking deal is, man? What's poppin'?
Every week, something different.
We trying to educate the people.
It's always something different. Man. Always something.
That nigga is jocular.
I'm waiting for the first fan to walk up to me. You're jocular.
That motherfucker is jocular. And they know if they say, hey, Captain, where you get that hat from? They know you could be loquacious.
They know that.
Your loquacious ass.
Stop being all loquacious and just tell me, man.
All right, but we got some real shit on the blade today. Something that I was happy to run across. One of our viewers reached out and wanted us to have a discussion about it, which I'm happy that they did that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I did kind of overlook it. I kind of, it's something we all knew about, but I thought this was a great conversation to have. And it's, go ahead, Captain. Go ahead. Put him on the blade, Captain.
Dealing with one of the people that we kind of like have an issue with, the NRA, which I don't have an issue with. One of the good MCs out there called Killer Mike had a recent interview with the NRA explaining his situation with why he's a gun owner in America,
Right.
and his reasons why. And somehow, some way, someone took a 30-second clip of an hour interview.
I don't even think it was 30 seconds.
And twisted it away. It seemed like he was for not gun control and the recent incidents at Lake Park or Lake.
Well, they took when he said that I told my kids, if you walk out that school, then you can walk out my house. That's exactly what he said.
Exactly.
But you can't take that.
Right.
That's 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that Killer Mike said to me was 100% on point.
Exactly.
100% on point. You cannot. Let me go back to something he said. I'm gonna go back to something he said, and I want to build on this.
Mm-hmm.
When Bill Clinton is known as the weed smoking president, right?
Yep.
He's known as the saxophone playing president, right?
Yep.
He's known as the first black president. Am I right?
According to some black people.
But
Yeah.
Majority.
But wasn't that the
Yeah, that was the moniker.
They say that's
that
the closest thing we can get to black.
right?
Right. Yeah.
Now, Bill Clinton, and see this, I did not know this, and I thank Killer Mike for this because he educated me on something. As we all know, Bill Clinton and his wife responsible for incarcerating more black men,
Hundreds of thousands.
more black men than all the presidents put together, right? But the black people asked for this. See, they don't tell that part. The black folk asked for that. They begged for it. They said,
Tougher laws.
we want more laws against drug dealers. And I love the way that Killer Mike uses the word ally. Because just because we allies don't mean we friends. You see what I'm saying? So guess what? Bill Clinton said, listen, I did what you asked me to do. I locked up your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your daddy, and your best friend. Y'all asked me to do it, I done it. Can you get mad at the man?
Nope, because he, like you said, he
Yeah, when
gave
you-
the people what they wanted.
And without malice.
But now black people, who are these people anyway? But they want to take the guns out of blacks' hands. Are you crazy?
Well, let's go over a little history. All right. First off, let's identify why guns are such a such a staple in American culture.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
First off, let's take the 6-shooter, most iconic gun in American history, the
All
Colt
right.
45.
Right.
The Colt 45 pistol was created in order to kill Indians,
Right.
because Indians could knock 12 arrows and kill 6-7 white people before these motherfuckers could even muzzle load one of them old
One of them
time
muskets.
Right. So Samuel L. Colt said, "Man, we got to fix this." Came out with the 6-shooter.
All right.
You know, bap, 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 bap. Take out 6 Indians, speed load the joint, or you carry 2 pistols. You know what I mean? So guns became an equalizer, right? And whoever had the gun, you know that old saying, "There ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun."
Yeah.
Yeah. So whoever had the gun was having all the fun.
Yes, sir.
So, you know what I mean? And now the NRA, for those who don't know, the NRA was founded the same year that the Ku Klux Klan was outlawed, back in the Civil War,
Right.
pre-Civil War days,
Mm-hmm.
right? Then when another thing people don't know, when the 6-shooter was developed,
Mm-hmm.
they made it illegal for a black man to own a handgun.
Mm-hmm.
See, they don't tell you that. The NRA is not going to tell you that.
Right.
So with that being said, that's why, I mean, a large part of gun ownership is about superiority. You know what I mean?
And I
It's about,
like that.
It's
But
about,
I like that part of it.
it's about superiority. It's about, am I going to be able to kill you before you kill me?
Absolutely.
And in some parts of the world, I mean, in some parts of the country, it's like that. It's like that.
I mean, shit.
But
If a motherfucker kick my fucking door in,
right,
just like Killer Mike said, he said, if a motherfucker kick his door in while he out of town, his wife got a shotgun, an AR-15, and a motherfucking pistol right beside her, and she know how to use it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm 1,000% with that shit.
Protection of property.
But see, that's the thing.
Cause my wife is sleeping next to a gun.
But see, that's actually the underlying. That's the actual reason why the Second Amendment was put into the Constitution, was to protect your home against British soldiers, because British soldiers used to do what they call I want to say conscription, where they would just walk into your house and take your shit.
Right.
Like, yo, my man gonna sleep here tonight. My man gonna eat up all your food. My man gonna take this stuff.
Right.
And without a gun, without a rifle, a musket, or whatever they had, it was impossible to stop these people.
Right.
So after the Revolutionary War, the people was like, well, shit, if the British government was doing that, then the American government probably can do it. So how are we going to stop that from happening? Well, here's what we'll do. We'll make it to where every United States citizen can own a gun. Now, can you shoot a motherfucker in the military with the gun? Not really. You're not supposed to be able to. But that's the whole crux of the 2A. So that's understandable.
Well, let me ask you this then. Why in the fuck would black people be calling? Because it gotta be an issue where we sitting here talking, not as Americans.
Right.
We talking about black people giving up their guns.
Right. Because, like I said, guns are about superiority.
Who is trying to get black people to give up their guns, and why are black people even considering this? Why is this even a fucking conversation?
Well, I think the whole agenda is to dilute the 2A. And you see with the march on Washington, it's a lot of blame. See, no one blames the shooter.
Right.
They blaming the gun and how they got the gun.
Mm-hmm.
AR-15 is not an assault rifle. Let's get that clear. AR-15 is a semi-automatic weapon. with 22 caliber guns. You cannot take that to combat and you going over to Iraq or something to shoot. That would never be in the military arsenal. AR-15 is not an assault rifle. Let's get that clear.
The AR stands for Armalite, right? Armalite rifle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
AR, yeah.
it's not in an assault rifle. That is the biggest misconception of guns.
I definitely did not know
AR,
that.
if I understand the history correctly, the AR-15 is derived from the M16
Like
that was
with a
built,
smaller caliber.
that was built for the Vietnam War.
Right.
So yeah, that's why it looks
Well,
like.
won't the M16 built to rival the AR?
No, the
the
AK-47. The AK-47, right? The M16 was built to rival that, right?
Yeah, it was a piece of shit.
What, the M16?
Yes.
Yeah, they say that the M16 was very poorly and cheaply built.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, Mattel Toys made it. Didn't it?
Yeah, Mattel.
What?
Yes.
The same company that made the little.
They
green
make Barbie
jump-
dolls.
They make the greens on. They go. Crack, crack,
Yeah.
That was.
We was defending the country with that.
Yes.
That
Wow.
was an actual replica.
Yep.
Of the real gun.
But why would black people, after what we've been through, all right, look at what we're going through now.
You know why black people? Because we are not educating ourselves on the 2A. We're not trying to protect ourselves also in our homes. Because they thinking that when they walk out the door, they can walk out and come home every day. They don't think about home safety.
But Captain, I hear what you're saying, but people not blind and deaf and dumb. The police is executing motherfuckers.
Right.
If I'm in my backyard and the police officer walk around to my backyard, I'm gonna be like, hey man, you better get the fuck off my goddamn property because I'm gonna light his ass up.
Right.
Because he don't supposed to be on my goddamn shit.
He's supposed to stand out there in the
Unless
street.
he got a piece of paper in his hand saying, hey, I got legal right to come up and knock on your door or invade your privacy. All this shit, man.
Other than that, he's supposed to stand on that street.
You're not gonna execute me. And I feel like that we have to have guns because I don't want to listen. It's not gonna happen to me. The same thing that Hitler did to those goddamn Jews. When he took the weapons away from them, he did the same goddamn thing that the British was trying to do. They could just walk in your house, take your shit, fuck your bitch, do whatever they want to do, and you can't do a motherfucking thing about it.
Not at all.
And it's not just blacks. It's just people that want to protect their property. I don't care what race or color you are. It's not a race and color issue. The issue is protecting your property and your family.
Oh, no doubt.
You have the right to do that. Guy down on Greensboro, like myself, military veteran, law-abiding citizen, never got arrested, don't have no felonies or nothing like that, nothing crazy.
Right.
You want to take my right to have multiple weapons to protect my family. You want to take that away from me?
But
That's
why
not
are
gonna
black
happen.
people, because the conversation that is had is not about other races. This conversation is about black gun ownership.
And it should be promoted.
Why are we always trying to fucking lay down? Like we the ones that need the damn guns.
Yeah, right. And like I said, I mean, I keep using the word superiority because, you know what I mean. Like I said, guns throughout world history has established superiority for one race or one country or whatever, right? So, in order to maintain an air of superiority, you know, a certain race of people gotta say, well, look, we gotta get these motherfuckers to give up what gives them superiority, or give up their weaponry. You know what I mean? How are we gonna do it? You know, now can we just go up in their house and take their shit? No, and not because it's against the law, but because motherfucker might kill you if you go in this go in this house. You know, a motherfucker might kill you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So you know, it's you know, if you want to get a good understanding of what may be going on in this country today read Adolf Hitler's Mein Kampf. And he'll tell you the best way to take freedom from somebody is to get them to give it up little by little.
Right.
And these little parades and marches and stuff is little by little until you can do the executive order and declare martial law.
But is it aimed at us? Because let me go back to something else.
No, it's not aimed. It aims at superiority control. Am I right? Mm-hmm. You gotta take away from everyone in order to control everyone.
But you gotta get them to want to give it up.
Give it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
well, let me go back to this then. Something else Killer Mike had brought to my attention. A lot of things he said in that NRA, and if you ain't seen the NRA, Joan, it's a must see.
Yes, it's a must see.
When he spoke about black people getting their rights to vote, okay, and I think we touched on this, not really this, but a portion of it, a part of it. We touched on it before. Mm-hmm. When black people were given their right to vote, the Ku Klux Klan said, "Well, we're gonna bomb the place,
right?
If you go up there to vote." Black women surrounded the place with rifles,
right?
And said, "Oh yeah, there's some voting going on today."
Right.
That's gun ownership. That's a prime reason to know that we got to have it.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Another thing. People want to bring up the criminal element, right? Okay, if we really look at statistics, the gun-toting thug that's promoted throughout all media of the black male, right, is the smallest percentage in the community that you can find.
Right.
You can find more hobos than a gun-toting thug.
Right.
Than a fucking drug dealing nigga in the whole community. The percentage is very small, but the propaganda is out. Okay? Right. So you may be able to convince some black people. And I don't know how you can do this when unarmed black males are being murdered on TV. It ain't like we don't see this shit happen.
Right.
Somebody record it, nigga get killed. Nothing happens.
No weapon at all.
No weapon. The police officer gets off. The community might fuck up a 7-Eleven, but that's it.
Right. And then the funny part about that is when something crazy happens and there's an uprising in the community, the trigger, the event that triggered the uprising is swept under the rug, and now the uprising becomes a story. Case in point.
Because the narrative always gets changed when it comes to...
Case in point, when them cops killed Freddie Gray in Baltimore.
Right.
Now they lock him up. By the time he gets to the hospital, he got a broken neck. He dead in the ambulance.
He fucked up.
Yeah. So the people tore the shit up, tore Baltimore up.
Yeah.
The story about Freddie Gray was gone. That shit was gone. They was having live broadcasts on CNN
about the people doing
about people tearing the shit up. Now I admit, I'm not saying well they was justified in tearing shit up, but at least identify, you basically said that no matter how denigrated this kid Freddie Gray was, because they say he had a fucked up record. They say he was fucked up. That's what they said.
Okay, that's a jail bed for him.
Right.
Not a casket.
Right.
And you not judging jury.
So no matter how fucked up he was, y'all not gonna identify the fact that the police just killed a kid, a 21-year-old kid, because he was resisting. I mean, broken neck, not broken shoulder, not broken arm, not broken wrist. Something that you might have said, well, yeah, he was fighting the police back. You know what I'm saying?
That shit happened.
Yeah, they might have twisted him up real bad.
Right.
When you look at it, they were dragging him to to the paddy wagon.
Broken neck.
And he couldn't. He was immobilized.
And motherfuckers was like, and the community was like, well, what else can we do but get mad and tear shit up?
But what if black people were to be so bold? Because I'm sure Freddie Gray didn't get locked up in some rich white neighborhood.
Nah, he got locked up in the
Yeah,
a bunch
a bunch of niggas was standing around looking.
Right.
But what if some law-abiding, gun-toting citizens came out there and said, nah, y'all not going to handle him like that with the rifles out?
Citizen arrest.
Well, just walk up on the police and say, nah, you're not going to do this shit to him.
Well, see, now.
Lock him up. But y'all not going to fuck him up.
Well, see, that's when
the police come in and Black Wall Street a nigga ass.
Right.
See,
that's
Black
when,
Panther a nigga ass.
That's when you give the police the impetus to kill your ass. And see, it's crazy because, I mean, and that's an excellent point that you just made. That's a great point that you just made. Because here's the scenario. They do another Freddie Gray on somebody, right?
Uh-huh.
You know, they like you. I mean, you can see it, yo. They gonna end up killing this boy.
Right.
You and 3 of your neighbors come out with the totally legal AR-15s.
Right.
Like, yo, y'all doing a little too much. Like you said, if you gotta lock them up, but don't do what you're doing.
Right.
Now it becomes a standoff. Now, the court system not going to support when you come in there and say, well, look, I thought the police was going to kill this boy. You know what I'm saying? So I was really protecting his life. The court system not going to back that. Now you've just drawn down on a police officer. And see, this is the part, and this is the part I don't get. This is the part I don't get about Second Amendment. You know what I mean? Everybody's always talking about the Second Amendment. This is the part I don't get. The government say you can own a gun. The government also say you can protect yourself against the tyranny of government. That's the whole point of a militia.
And this is the frustration. Go ahead, I'm gonna let you finish.
So if you can own a gun,
I
mean, 2A was founded and was founded to protect yourself against militia. I mean, against government tyranny.
Okay.
You have the right to form a militia, in which you need guns to form a militia.
All right.
Yet, if a police come up in your house and you shoot the police, guess what?
Your ass going to jail.
Right. So that don't make no sense. Now here's the thing. And it's sad to say, but this is America, what I'm about to say. Police go up in white people's house. Right? Man in the house, pull out the pistol, shoot the police in his ass.
Right.
The court gonna find a way to say, well, you know what, that man was protecting his home. Police ain't had
and that's what I was getting ready to say, because if I don't give a fuck what color the officers are.
Oh no.
But if they were in a white neighborhood, I don't care if it's a poor white neighborhood or a rich white neighborhood, and they kicking this shit out some teenager, right? Like fucking him up, and those white guys come out there with them rifles and say, you ain't gonna do that to him.
Right.
They're not gonna send in the cavalry to kill these white people.
No, they're gonna be held as heroes.
Right.
Right.
In a black neighborhood. Listen, they murdered the Black Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, the leader of the Black Panthers was asleep when they shot him in the head.
There's only a few left and they locked up.
The Black Panthers have been given a bad rap because they want to miseducate us.
Right.
To make us think that they were criminals. The Black Panthers are the first people that came out with vaccines. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
The crackers stole it,
mm-hmm.
but they ain't gonna never give them the credit. Only thing the Black Panthers said was, listen, we have the right to bear arms, and we will.
Right.
We will match your violence. That's it. We not out here looking for, but you're not gonna come in this neighborhood and keep whooping up on people and all that. And we're gonna educate our people. We're gonna give them vaccines. The women, they was the G's. They want to say, oh, the Panthers was violent.
They was community builders.
They wasn't violent at all. They
You're
just
right.
was saying, we're gonna match your violence.
Right.
You smack me, I'm gonna smack you. You shoot me, I'm gonna shoot your ass back.
And let us do what we got to do in our community to build our community.
Why is it that black people are so easily convinced to just die? I mean, if you look at what we got, what black people have, all the rich black people want to sell you a book, some liquor, some sneakers, but they don't want to build no railroads. They don't want to have boats.
Well,
Just like the
Like we need shit.
just like you said.
I don't need your fucking liquor. I need some lumber.
All right, so just like we had our conversation earlier, with Bill Cosby.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Cosby had wanted to buy
NBC.
NBC.
Yeah.
Instead of the other rich minorities,
What they call them, the black boule.
yeah. Instead of them getting behind him and say, you know what, he's right. We need to support Bill Cosby. What they do? They let these allegations.
They let
come
this shit
out.
happen.
They let it happen.
Right.
They dropped the ball.
And I'm sure Bill Cosby is responsible for hundreds of people's careers.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
But this the main point behind that. Like when you have a situation like that you can get behind, and you're afraid to lose what type of wealth that you got, or you think they're gonna come out with some stuff that you got on you, you just a jigaboo. You just a sellout just as much as as anyone out here that turn yourself in, rat on you out in the street because you had an opportunity to support something that was going to be about to be real positive and put positive images back into the black community and other minorities.
Now, I ain't mean to interrupt. I didn't know if you was concluded your point or not, but I was thinking about some stuff yesterday when I was trying to come up with some comments that I wanted to make on the show today. And one of the things that I thought of is we as a people, as a black community, are misguided to a certain extent. We take everything. I feel like our whole culture comes from the media.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Music,
Facts.
television,
Facts.
movies.
Yep.
Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. Right? Now, I was thinking about it. Now, you say we don't want a rich nigga to sell us a bottle of liquor or a pair of sneakers or
No, I ain't
whatever.
said we don't want that. I said
mean,
that's
we don't-
all that's being offered.
Right. Well, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You say motherfucker might need some lumber or some medicine or food or something like that. But I was thinking about
We need industry.
right.
Community
Right.
building. It had to
And
be-
I was thinking about it, yo, and I was like, for every kid out there that want to drop a mixtape, how many kids want to get a law degree? Or how many kids want to be a doctor? For every kid that's out there taking 150 jump shots a day at the blacktop, how many kids is studying structural engineering?
But we don't know because the propaganda is out.
That's what I'm saying.
Just like
But that's what I'm saying. But the propaganda is what's driving the kids to want to be to take the jump shot.
so who changes it?
I think that the people who, just like in the rap game, you say you blame stuff on the OGs.
Yeah.
Well, same thing here. You know what I mean? Tell a young boy.
Well, who changes it when the Oprahs and all of those motherfuckers don't want to change it? Even though you can sit back and watch kids die every day in a place you from,
Right.
and you know they dying over money. You got enough money to take care of a country in Africa. You can go over there right now. You can't donate books. People can't eat a fucking book.
That's true.
But what you can do is, man, listen, I can go right out here in this community by my goddamn self. I already done it to a small degree and provide jobs.
Right.
I've done that. I've done that for 15 years, right? And y'all witnessed that. What if I had $4 billion? What you think I could do to this community? Because I don't need $4 billion.
Right.
Community build. You build the
But
community.
what I do need is to make sure that I'm doing my part. If the universe blessed me to be so rich,
Right.
that I'm doing my part to help my people. It's no reason that Barack Obama is from Chicago. Oprah Winfrey is from Chicago. And Michael Jordan made his living in Chicago. That place where if you go and look at I can't tell you what I'm gonna have to do some research, but the majority of the people in a certain city is entitled to the finances. And you can look this up, this is true. Did you notice that most of the capital cities in this country are majority black and the poorest?
Yeah.
There's no reason that Chicago should be in the state that it's in as far as the black people are concerned, because the white people are just taking all the resources and going out to the outskirts.
Right.
Look at the city of Richmond.
Same thing.
Same thing.
They've been trying to get white people to come back to the city forever.
They're not going for what?
Because
all they doing is stealing the resources and going on back out to the outskirts.
Well, now actually what they doing, and
Now what they're doing is
not-
getting
not-
niggas up out of here.
Gentrification.
not to go off on a tangent on this, but what they doing there is they taking shit from the black people and giving it to the white people because they know the white people gonna take care of it more and invest in it and all that stuff. Like Jackson Ward, they cleaned Jackson Ward out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Terribly bad.
Shit, look at Blackwell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying this to say this. These same black whatevers, I want to call them some fucked up shit, but I ain't gonna do it. That's against black gun ownership. They definitely not the poor people.
Nah.
So if they're not the poor people, then they know about what I just said. They know that the resources go to the majority, the people that's the majority in the city. But they know that the resources are not. So these got to be the same black motherfuckers that told Bill Clinton to lock up all the niggas.
You think about this.
Because listen, nobody knew that.
All right, so
You see what I'm saying? Hold on. Nobody knew that the black people were lobbying for those fucking drug laws that only applied to niggas.
Yeah.
Because white boys won't get locked up for 20 years for an 8-ball.
Hell no. Hell no.
And there's way more white drug dealers than black.
Yeah.
Because we only make up 13% of the population.
Right.
So
Yet we are the majority of the population in federal prison.
well, we know that it's a reason for that.
Yeah, you know.
So I'm great to shut the fuck up. If there is some type of law passed where law-abiding black citizens cannot purchase guns, we back slaves, bro.
Oh yeah, no question.
it's not gonna be
Because slavery is still in the fucking shit.
yeah.
Like, we
Oh, yeah.
still ain't shit.
13th Amendment.
Right. The 13th Amendment, we still are slaves.
But
They've never taken that off the books.
No,
Right.
it's not black ownership is the issue. It's the average law-abiding citizen that's overtaxed, underpaid, but abide by the rules. So it's those people, those group of people that are not speaking up for their rights to have gun ownership.
I don't
And
think,
you
I disagree.
said-
I disagree
Hold
with
on,
that.
let me finish.
Go ahead.
And like you said, the majority of the people in the cities are black people.
Right.
So it's more of an education thing, because most people, they are not education in tune with politics laws
True.
and what you're supposed to do in a normal household. All they worry about is what they put on TV. They worry about who album coming out, what Jordan's coming out. Or they could say that shit all day. But they are not educating themselves on the real stuff.
But I agree with that. I agree with all of that, what you just said, except I disagree with the people who need to be voicing their opinions are the oppressed people. Bill Clinton said, y'all told me to do this. Now, what blacks told him to do that? It damn sure won't the oppressed blacks. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. It was the ones
because they were not affected. They were not affected by mass incarceration. They were not the ones that was labeled a super predator. How can you label a person a super predator? How can I fucking look at you and say that's a super predator?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even get the logic behind that one.
So to me, it's the same people that's willing to say, okay, we'll give you our guns. The criminal not gonna give up his gun regardless.
Oh hell no, that's not even gonna happen.
I'm talking about black, white, Chinese.
They're not gonna do
fucking Indian, Arab, whatever. They are not giving up their guns. But what I'm saying is, if something gets passed, some kind of bill gets passed, right? Mm-hmm. Where African American people have, I guess, different criteria to purchase a gun or can't purchase a gun. We done. Bruh, we getting killed on TV.
Yeah.
We getting lynched in the courtroom.
Oh, man.
The black male is being effeminized.
Yes.
We in trouble. And if we give up the guns, well, goddamn.
What else are we going to
do? The next thing will be, oh, we don't need no warrant to come in your house.
You already gave
Nigga come in the house and fucking eating my fucking dinner. I come in the house, old white cop sitting up in there eating my dinner.
Right.
And he got a gun and I don't. Well, I'm going to have me one. But I'm just saying, these the same motherfuckers that told Bill Clinton to mass incarcerate.
These the same scared motherfuckers that told him to mass incarcerate. These
dangerous times for us.
Yeah.
It's real dangerous right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm afraid to ride around without my wallet sitting in my console. Because if I get pulled over, I don't want to have to dig for it.
Right.
I got to get a fluorescent wallet.
Yeah.
They glow in the dark.
I mean, because we see what's happening.
Yeah. So, how could I put this? Me personally.
No. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, and you go from here. You answer this question, and both of y'all, whatever. And I want to hear what y'all gonna say. In y'all's opinion, where does the African American stand with the NRA?
They should join them. Every gun-toting, law-abiding citizen that want to protect their 2A, but also educate themselves on weapons, should sign up. That's just my view and opinion, because you need to protect your home. You need to protect your kids.
So is the NRA for everybody? Like, what you think? Is this organization, because we know, just like you stated earlier, that the NRA was formed the year that the KKK was banned, right?
There's a whole lot of blacks and minorities in the NRA.
So the NRA is good for us.
Yeah. I'm be truthfully honest, because they're gonna make sure, as a law-abiding citizen, your rights are gonna be protected. That's what they know about the civil unrest. They know about martial law. They know about this stuff. This is the reason why they formed it. Because you get enough people behind you and enough money behind you to push your agenda,
mm-hmm.
then you're not gonna not listen to the voices. Do I think it should be gun control? Only thing that shouldn't be, to me, gun control is eliminating stuff that you shouldn't have in your house, like a certain weapon you shouldn't have in your house. That's what I think gun control should be. Not trying to take the stuff that I got because some fool went out there and they not blaming the person that did all the shooting. They want to blame the weapon that they use. The weapon has nothing to do with it. You pick the weapon up, you use the weapon to what you know how to use it.
Well, you cannot control the human being.
A gun. The weapon does not have a mind.
Right.
It's point, aim, shoot.
Yeah. Well, you can't control the human being.
No.
They trying to.
But you can't. It's impossible.
If you want to be a gun-toting, law-abiding citizen that want to protect your property and your kids, and you need someone, if you need an organization that's going to back you up, and you feel that your rights might be violated, yes, I would tell you to join the NRA. I'm just going to be honest with you.
So what's the benefits of joining the NRA? Because you can buy a gun without joining the NRA.
I understand.
So what's the benefits of joining the NRA?
Oh, it's discounts and all types of stuff. I understand that's crazy, but you're heavily informed. Any civil liberties that have been taken over or changed. They keep you abreast on every state that you have an NRA association in. They are active. They are very active. They are more active than the damn Girl Scouts. So it's all about education. See, we do not educate ourselves enough to know about what's right and what's wrong on the law. Because it's like my people don't care. And then it's us that's males that take care of our households and stuff. And it's very few of us. You think the average household is a single mother raising kids. So they're not going to...
That's a different show.
Yeah,
That's another show. It's a reason for that.
Yeah, they're not going to be like, I need it. You think they think about a gun? You think they think about laws? They just trying to live.
They think about the light bill.
They trying to live.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is the issue. That's how they cornered all this propaganda towards guns and gun control.
I just think the idea...
And they got the kids. Hold on, let me get this out.
Go ahead.
And they got the kids that has not educated themselves on gun laws and the Second Amendment. They got the kids trying to march for lives and not educating them enough to tell them the reason why they marching or why should they march.
Right. Because I think that whole thing was they was marching for stricter gun laws, age limits. It was shit like that. That was the reason that they was marching, right? I mean, it all stemmed from the school shootings.
I think so. Yeah. Just to kind of rein in why I think them kids went to marching, and I'm also add on to what you were saying about black people joining the NRA. I mean, those kids in my mind probably was just doing the only thing that they could do in that situation.
Right.
To march. You know what I mean? You're talking about 14, 15, 16-year-olds. You know, what can they really do? You know what I mean? We've been taught that marching or the right to assemble, another amendment, is a viable option against your government. You know? So, and it sickens me.
This shit ain't never worked though.
I mean,
no, they're gonna use that. They're gonna use that.
It's sick. I mean, let's call a spade. Let's call a really sharp black spade the sharpest, blackest spade of them all. Guns ain't going nowhere.
No, hell no.
Guns ain't going nowhere.
They might get up out your hands, but they ain't going nowhere.
The gun law is not going to change.
Nope.
It's not going to get stricter. It's not. I mean, nothing's going to change. But these kids, I think, have raised awareness, to a certain degree. Because, like you said, a gun can't just wave itself at somebody and shoot
and fire.
Because a gun is an inanimate object, right? So you can't blame the gun. But you can put that very same gun in the wrong hands. You know what I mean? And now it's an issue. You know, and that's where I think gun control comes in at. You know, can you allow, you know, where did a high school kid get an AR-15 from?
That's the shit that amazes me.
Right, where did he get that? You know,
with high point bullets.
You know
what I'm saying? Like they got cop killers in the shit.
You know, where did, you know, take it all the way back to Columbine. You know, where did these kids get, you know, 9mm pistols from?
Right.
You know, now a 9mm pistol is very common. You know, I probably would trip over a 9mm pistol in the street before I trip over a bag of money.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I'm just saying how easy it is for a minor, a kid, just to go out there and say, hey, man, let me get this. All right, bet. Go ahead. So that's where I think the gun control, and maybe it needs to be rebranded. Maybe it needs to be called something else, because now gun control has been the term gun control has been given such a bad.
Yeah, it's got a stigma on it.
Yeah, it's got such a stigma on it that when you hear gun control, and this could be bad design.
And when you hear gun control, is a conversation you don't
when
wanna
you
fucking
hear
have.
the two words gun control, the first thing that comes to a man's mind is the government trying to take my
Yep,
guns.
you already know it.
So maybe they definitely need to change that.
I just don't think that an 18-year-old kid should be able to buy a fucking
Now here's
AR-15.
the thing. It's so many arguments around that, because here's the thing.
I mean, I'm cool with them buying a rifle,
Now here's the thing.
not an assault rifle.
And this gonna be
It's not an assault rifle.
and this gonna be
Let's get the extra.
Yeah, that's right. Because
here's the thing.
I've been educated.
And this is gonna be, thank you for that. This is gonna be very contrary to a lot that I just said 30 seconds ago. If an 18-year-old kid, 17-year-old kid can't go out and buy a weapon, AR-15, Armalite rifle, not an assault rifle,
Right.
yet he can sign up for the military and get a real assault rifle.
And be issued a assault rifle.
Now with that comes military training.
All right, now.
Yeah,
now
now,
that's-
yeah,
now
and
you're my expertise.
and structure comes with that.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. That's what I'm saying. The military training, the structure, the understanding that you are
And-
holding something.
And one more thing, you don't have that rifle with you 24 hours a day. Once your shift is over, you turn it in to the armory, they inspect it, and they put it away.
Right.
I ain't know that.
Yes. We don't walk around with guns 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Right.
You only have it on your watch if you're specialized in having it at watch. Your watch gun could be either a 9mm, a 45, or a M16 or a M14. Depends on where you at. Or MP9 if you
I ain't know that shit.
SEAL. You do not have your weapons 24 hours a day unless you like in the special forces. That's different.
Right.
Even then, they had to have their stuff locked away and they had to check it out. It's a check out, check in system.
Right.
So there's no one, unless you at your home, that you have weapons at your house. So
All right. Well, look. Before we get too far off the path, let's bring it back to niggas and guns.
Right. And that's what I wanted to go back into the question that you asked about NRA for black people. I mean, yeah. I mean, why should black people not benefit from the benefits that are offered through being in the NRA? I mean, what they gonna say? No, we don't want your kind around here. No,
Nah.
The NRA actually probably wants everybody to be a member.
So let me ask you this: why are we having this conversation then? And why did Killer Mike have to have this conversation? And why people? Why is this conversation being picked apart and and it's trying to be focused on bullshit propaganda off something he said for 5 seconds. Is this something? Is this an issue that we fucking really got to worry about? Like, is motherfuckers really trying to go to government and take the guns out of the African American hands? And if so, is this the same people that did that was behind the mass incarceration till they saw what it did?
I don't think they're trying to do it for.
Because this conversation ain't come up for nothing.
I don't think they're trying to take it out of our hands. They are trying to take it out of the overall law-abiding citizens that pay their bills and.
But why is the conversation blacks with guns?
Because that's the thing. Like, think about that. What you just said, blacks with guns. What does it equal to? They think black with guns equal to a drug dealer.
Yeah.
But that is propaganda.
That's why they put it together.
No more, no
They
more,
will say,
no less.
black people with guns, or they gonna be drug dealers with guns, or they gonna be gang members with guns. That's what they trying to equate it to.
The majority of the gun owners are law-abiding people. It's hard for a nigga. I ain't gonna say it's hard, but it's easier for a law-abiding citizen to go out and get a gun than it is for a crook. Because he got to figure out where he can buy it from. Who, law-abiding citizen can get in the car right now and go up the street and buy a gun.
Yeah.
Where we live, like, it's nothing. Like, you ain't got to wait for a gun show and get nobody to go. You can go to the store
where
tonight.
I live at, I go 5
Cabela's.
minutes down the street. I'm at the war
straight.
zone.
You can go straight to Cabela's
So we know that's propaganda.
and rack up.
And that's
We
what it
know
is.
that's propaganda.
Right.
That's
right.
the
We
reason
know
why they
this.
said no blacks with guns, because they thinking the drug dealers be more empowered.
Right.
Solution.
The solution, to me, the solution is got nothing to do with guns. It's got nothing to do with the NRA.
Mm-hmm.
It's got nothing to do with what Killer Mike said. To me, the solution is we as a people got to get up off of what the culture is trying to give us. Okay, you want to play in the NBA? Great. But guess what? Get that degree also. You want to be a rapper? Okay. But also understand that it's not guaranteed you're going to have a hit record. But if you take your ass to medical school, it's guaranteed you're going to be a doctor.
True.
So I think we as a people got to elevate our existence through education, financial empowerment, political might. You know what I mean? Industry, like you said. Don't own the grocery store, own the distributor.
Right.
Grow
the vegetables.
Go out there and buy. Get with an investment group and buy 10,000 acres of fertile land, and start. Become the distributor. Instead of driving a tractor trailer, get with some guys and buy a fleet of tractor trailers.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you wanna follow behind these cats. That's
the propaganda.
Right. You wanna do what they're doing on TV.
Right.
Basically, you wanna do what they're doing on the radio. You know what I mean? But at the same time, understand the pillars of community are not the rappers. They're not the basketball players. They're not the actors and the comedians. They're the doctors. They're the lawyers. They're the council members of the city. They're the military men that serve our country. You know what I mean? They're the store owners. Mm-hmm. They're the business owners. They're the community associations. Neighborhood watch, that sort of thing. It was, great story. Going back to the Freddie Gray thing, right? People was tearing shit up, right? Black man was out there standing his ground, head up high like this. And they were like, well, what are you doing? He said, man, I'm de-escalating the situation. They were like, what you mean? He was like, well, I was in the military and they taught us how to de-escalate a situation, and that's what I'm doing. Well, how are you doing it? He said, I'm just standing here. I'm just standing here and I'm letting them know y'all cannot come past this point. Mm. It was just a black man by himself.
This was in Baltimore?
This was in Baltimore when they was tearing shit up. And he kept telling them, look, y'all not doing anything to hurt them. Y'all only hurting us. Y'all need to go, y'all need to relax.
Right.
Because when the police show up, they not going to tell you to relax. They going to just start shooting y'all. Facts. So need more people like that in our community. You know what I mean? So that's my solution.
Community building.
Yeah.
Community building. That's the only reason and the only way that you can reverse the mind state of the inner city. You got to have people to come in and want to specifically community build, because you got to have some kind of empowerment and some kind of
well, poor people got to see some type of wealth.
Yep, education.
Like, you can't come in talking that good shit and you got a hole in your sock.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, no doubt.
Nobody wants to hear that shit.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. I mean, like I said, we as a people, the reason why we are so swayed by the media is because we swayed by what we see. So yeah.
My advice: we need to stop looking at all the bullshit.
Yeah.
On TV.
I think we dangerously close. I think we dangerously close. Like we really flirting with a real terrible future.
We ain't close. We passed it.
I mean, because when the conversation is black people not having guns, not being able to own guns legally, when the conversation gets there, motherfuckers we need to get serious.
Yeah.
Because if it's a conversation, this conversation been going on for 30 years.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. If it's a conversation, we need more people to be talking in this conversation instead of one guy talking to a whole association of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
But you can't take place, you can't take part of the conversation if you don't know what the conversation is about.
Mm-hmm.
True.
So, like I said.
Yeah, and that's my challenge for anybody that's listening. You got to educate yourself on the laws and also how to build a community so you could be self-independent instead of self-dependent.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way. Because you think about it. No one else, like I looked at since Killer Mike said what he had to say up to the point to the day. Mm-hmm. They done do so much bullshit.
Oh my God.
In between to dilute.
Oh my God.
What he said, and also dilute your mind away from the actual true subject.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm glad you said that, because I wasn't even gonna bring this shit up. Man, Charlamagne getting so close to me just kicking him out the black community. Like, I'm ready to trade his ass for somebody.
Read the black delegation.
Because, this nigga.
Trade Charlamagne the God for Kendall Jenner.
Like, I be trying to like this motherfucker, because I like him sometimes. But when it come to shit that white folks might get a little, he say cracker and all that, so what? But he makes it clear. Oh, I'm talking about these kind of white people. But like with Killer Mike, right? He was like, I didn't agree with him saying if his kids walk out to school, they could walk out my house. But that's my friend, and I talk to him, and he's this, that, and other, and he's a good guy, that type of shit, right? Yeah, but you speaking about the shit that's what they trying to dog him for. Mm-hmm. Nigga, I don't need you to have my motherfucking back when I'm winning the fight.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he always finds some kind of sellout way to do something. I'm sure he don't think that. but I see him do it all the time.
I don't trust a guy with no mustache or beard anyway.
I'm just saying, listen, man. We can't. If they had come to me,
Like a pussy with no.
if I had the platform that they got, right? If I had the platform that they got,
Right.
and they came to me and they said, oh, you know, the statements here, I would have said, listen, that man got the freedom of speech and he got the right to raise his kids any kind of way he wants to. I know this brother personally. I love this brother. Did you hear the other 41 and a half minutes that he spoke?
Exactly. Right. That should have been the statement he should have made.
That's it.
Yep.
Not what the fuck you agree about or what you don't agree about. Because when you say shit like that, the first thing come to my mind is you a goddamn token. And you're a fucking sellout. Because you ain't even had to say that. All you had to say was, hey, man, that's a good brother. I know him personally. Listen, if you got a disagreement with it, then you disagree with it. But I'm in support of what he said. And if you don't like that 30 seconds, if it was that long, if you don't, it won't 30 seconds. He said it. It was 5 seconds. If you didn't like that part, what about the other 40-something minutes?
Right.
Where he was explaining why.
Exactly. And I be trying to like Charlamagne. It's just that punk shit like that I do not like. And he's the motherfucker that came up with to keep the same energy shit. Come on, man. You can't be sitting there calling people donkey of the day all the time.
He's a habitual
and trying to act like you pro-black. But as soon as some real black shit pop off, your ass out the back door.
He's a habitual.
And I'm about to put him over there with Stephen A. Smith. I'm trying not to put him that far because I don't think he that bad.
Right.
But I'm starting to see some things I ain't
He's a
fucking
habitual
with.
fence rider.
Oh man.
He's habitual. Yes. Yes.
And don't get me wrong.
cross.
Sometimes Charlamagne checks some people that I need checked.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie. Like sometimes he do.
He need to be consistent.
But I think when you talking about Killer Mike, nigga, you can disagree with that nigga on the phone, but you do not disagree or you do not jump on no bandwagon with some motherfuckers against a person like that when we know this man hot is genuine.
Right.
And we know this man is definitely for all people,
and
not just us.
And you know the comments, you know the true comments that were made and how they were taken out of context.
Right. And I was upset about that.
Especially when you know that much.
And I like when Killer Mike came on for like the 3.5 minutes and explained the situation.
Oh yeah, very eloquently.
Yes.
Very eloquently. Very, very, very eloquently. Like, man, I applaud this brother, man.
Because it made me, because I was like, what the hell happened with Killer Mike? So
yeah, because I seen he was apologizing. See, then they worded it fucked up.
Yeah.
They said, oh, Killer Mike apologizes for comments. Well, that's not what he did.
He didn't apologize.
He ain't back down off none of his shit.
He explained.
Right.
He told the young people that, listen, I applaud what y'all doing. If you misunderstood or took my words the wrong way, I apologize for that. I'm y'all ally. Get with me.
Right.
But they worded it, he apologized. See, that's helping them win. And when I say them, a lot of people want to say, oh, you talking about white people. I'm talking about white people, but I'm not talking about my white neighbor. He don't give a fuck. He just want to know if these tomatoes gonna grow this year.
Yep.
Right.
He like what the fuck I just put on my car. Hey Johnson, what you did on that car?
Right.
He don't give a fuck about none of that other shit. We know who we talking about. We talking about that judge sitting up in there in that robe, sniffing heroin and sending niggas to jail. We talking about them doctors that don't want to treat somebody that ain't got insurance. We talking about that police officer that's going to kill anything that's a shade darker than a brown pal. You see what I'm saying? We talking about these motherfuckers. We talking about that senator that know about all the drugs that's coming in because he getting a cut, but he acting like he don't know. We talking about people that's in charge of black people not getting a fair shake. In whether that's a trial, whether a qualified black man can't get a job because he fucked up when he was 19 years old and the man 50 now. We talking about them motherfuckers. We not talking about the guy that work at the store, the white guy you see every day at the store. We ain't talking about him. And I just feel like you got to be real careful when we got brothers like Killer Mike out here doing what he doing. And then we got another brother with a platform that's okay with saying what he don't agree with in a situation where they trying to make a mockery out of what this man said.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got to be real careful, and you have to put your blackness on at this point. And you got to say, oh, no, I ain't going against him on shit. Now, I might could tell him on the phone, but I'm not going to say this on my platform.
And especially you consider him as your friend.
Right.
Right.
You know. But anyway, man, hey, I'm Gucci.
I'm all right. I think we don't got our point across.
Exactly.
You know, so.
I want to say this right here. Killer Mike, I love you, brother. Man, that was a blessing to see that interview. I'm happy to see that you and Nas is tight like that. And, man, I'm definitely going to come find you, man, and we're going to put in some work together because I'm 100% with you, 1,000% with you, 1,000% with you, man. And that's what it is. And I'm good. Somebody can get us off the blade because I'm good. I'm good. I think the blacks won this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you like you was getting ready to
You go ahead.
say something, so I didn't want to cut you off.
Now, I'm just glad I was very educated about the NRA and blacks in the NRA. I know a few that, you know, I was in the military with, and then worked outside, you know, riding around with the NRA sticker and stuff, because they go hunting. So I understand their reason why, and I'm glad Killer Mike, someone from the inner city that I can relate to, actually a member.
That's facts.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, hey, that's what it is. I look forward to hearing more concepts and monologue from Killer Mike, because he's a very powerful voice right now.
Yes,
in
sir.
my opinion.
Yes, sir.
He's been on several platforms, as you said. I last saw him on Real Time with Bill Maher, talking about weed.
Oh, I saw that too.
Yeah, talking about weed. So, yo,
man, that's that brother right there, man.
Yeah,
he powerful.
And he got and I love the song Adidas that he had back in the day.
Oh yeah, everybody love that
all
shit.
Day so Killer Mike, keep doing you, mate. So look, let's get on up off the blade. You've been on the blade with the Blade Runners. Peace. We out.
Hey, shout out to my nigga VA Tech 101 and fam. Y'all go check out that internet radio station. It's the shit.
Like, share, and comment.
And hit that bell.
Ding, 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 ding.
Blade Runners.
We on the blade cause it's jumping. Money coming fast, turn nothing into something. The switches coming through with straight paper in their hands. The choppers in the bushes, we'll spray them on command. We on the blade cause it's jumping out this bitch shit right. I probably grind an old school caddy up tonight. Take the rest of the paper and stick it in the safe. Hit the plug, get the reader, be straight the next day. We on the blade cause it's jumping out this bitch. 100 cells coming back to back.